What if I told you that right now, you're just a few small habits away from completely transforming your financial life? Would you believe me? And what if I proved to you that most millionaires who made it before turning 30 weren't smarter than you, didn't have some hidden advantage, and definitely didn't get lucky? The truth is, there's a brutal, yet incredibly simple difference between those who achieve financial freedom early and those who spend their entire lives chasing after bills. That difference lies in silent habits, invisible choices, daily discipline, and that's exactly what you're about to discover. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal, step by step, the 7 habits that made me a millionaire before 30. And more importantly, I'll show you how you can apply each one of them to your life today, even if you're starting from absolute zero. One warning though, the last habit is the most powerful, and if you ignore it, you might work hard for the rest of your life without ever getting where you truly want to be. So if you want more money, more freedom, and more peace of mind, get ready. You're about to watch the entire game change right in front of your eyes. But before we dive deep into this life-altering transformation, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. If you're serious about learning the things school never taught you, how to build real wealth, how to create freedom, how to live life on your own terms, this is the place for you. Turn on notifications too, because every new video is a practical tool to speed up your success. All right, let's get into it. When I was 22, I felt completely lost. I believed wealth was for the chosen few, that becoming a millionaire before 30 was reserved only for people with rich parents, massive inheritances, or some insane talent. But life, thankfully, is way more fair than it looks at first glance. What I learned, and what changed everything, is that wealth is built invisibly, not through big lucky breaks, but through small daily habits almost nobody notices. This shift in mindset made me realize that the path wasn't just possible, it was inevitable if I did the right things day after day. Now, I'm here to show you how you can do it too, starting exactly where you are, with exactly what you have. The first habit, and probably the hardest one at first, but the most liberating over time, was paying myself first. Most people do the opposite. They get their paycheck, pay the bills, spend what's left, and maybe save if there's anything left over. I flipped the script. Every month, the moment money hit my account, a fixed percentage went straight into my investments. Before any bills, before any fun. It was like that money didn't even exist anymore. I started with just 5%. Almost symbolic, but over time, I cranked it up to 30%. And guess what? I adapted. My brain adjusted to living on less. And paradoxically, I felt lighter, more in control. If you feel like there's never anything left at the end of the month, maybe the problem is letting the end of the month decide how much you invest. Start today, even if it's just $1. The transformation starts with the decision, not the amount. The second habit was embracing the concept of an efficient life. I didn't want to save money just to save. I wanted to cut out the unnecessary so I could spend on what really mattered. I stopped buying to impress. I stopped spending to fill emotional gaps. Every financial choice was filtered through 2 questions. Does this get me closer to freedom or further away? I ruthlessly cut the fluff, expensive dinners for status, designer clothes to show off, and I invested in experiences and knowledge. The big shift was realizing that true luxury isn't having expensive things, it's having choices, the ability to travel whenever I wanted, to work because I love it, not because I have to sleep peacefully, debt-free. The third habit was automating my investments. No relying on willpower every month. As soon as my paycheck landed, part of it was automatically sent to my investments. No thinking, no hesitation. Automation killed the temptation to spend first and invest later. And even more, it created consistency. Month after month, no matter what, my money worked for me, even during tough months, even when unexpected expenses popped up. Automating financial growth was like building a silent machine working behind the scenes of my life. If you're still investing when there's something left, you're leaving your future to chance. Set it and forget it, even if it's just $1 a week. The fourth habit was diving into non-stop financial education. I made it a non-negotiable part of my day, not once a week, not when I had time, every single day. 30 sacred minutes, learning about investing, personal finance, entrepreneurship, growth mindset. I devoured books, listened to podcasts in the car, watched interviews with top investors. At first it felt boring. Then it became addictive. Every new piece of knowledge was like opening a door to opportunities I didn't even know existed. If you want true financial freedom, you need to speak the language of money, because what you don't know is costing you more than you can imagine. The fifth habit was building a fortress against debt. It's not that I never used credit, but I used it strategically, never emotionally. No financing a lifestyle, no debt for clothes, phones, or cars. If I couldn't buy it outright, comfortably, I didn't buy it. That mindset shielded me from the financial traps that wreck millions of lives every year. Consumer debt is like quicksand, easy to fall into, almost impossible to climb out of. Every time you finance a whim, you're not just paying interest, you're paying with your freedom. The sixth habit was upgrading my circle. I learned fast that if I kept hanging out with people who thought small, I would eventually think small too. So I actively sought out environments where the conversation wasn't about hating Mondays, but about building multiple income streams. Where the goal wasn't just surviving until Friday, but building a life so good you don't need an escape. Changing your social circle can feel lonely at first. It can even be painful, but it's necessary, because you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And if you want freedom, you need to be surrounded by it, even if at first it's just in ideas. The seventh habit, the most powerful of all, was developing a long-term mindset. While most people were making decisions based on the next weekend, I was thinking about the next 10 years. Every financial move, investing, saving, spending, was judged by its long-term impact. That changed everything. It gave me patience when it felt like nothing was happening. It gave me discipline to stick to the plan when temptation was screaming. Building wealth is like planting a forest. You won't see results in the first month, but if you keep watering it, one day you'll wake up surrounded by giant trees no one can ever take away from you. Now I gotta ask you, which one of these habits are you going to start today? Not tomorrow, not next Monday, today. Because real transformation doesn't happen when you learn something new. It happens when you start doing something differently. Pick one habit, just one. Make it your obsession until it becomes automatic. Then stack another and another. That's the invisible path that leads to freedom, wealth, and, most importantly, a life truly worth living. If you're still here, it's because deep down you know you were made for more. And let me tell you, you're absolutely right. The world's full of people living on autopilot, surviving, settling for scraps. But you're not one of them. You're here, you want more, and you can have it. So if you haven't yet, this is your moment. Subscribe to the channel right now, hit that bell, and join this community of freedom builders. Smash that like button, share this video with someone who needs to hear this, and drop a comment below telling me what's the first step you're taking today to change your financial life. Let's build that future together, because it's your birthright, and it starts now.